888-1029. Call or text. Actually, let's just keep it text. 888-1029 if you'd like to go put your name right on the guest list. That's going to get you in the door for free, plus get you a free drink ticket as well. 888-1029. Let's roll on some NFL. Well, football all the time. Back at it. Playoff edition here for the NFL. What the heck's been happening in the NFL? The only thing I know is that the Steelers and the Ravens came down to the wire on Sunday night, and somebody missed a kick, and John Harbaugh got fired. Other than that, I have no clue what happened the last 2 weeks of the season. We had some other stuff going on the last couple weeks, huh?
We've been a little bit busy. And guess what? John Harbaugh or Mike Tomlin were getting fired either way. So it was loser goes home.
It was literally a relegation league game. Loser, your head's getting cut off. You're on the chopping block. I mean, it's weird because both those guys are institutions at their respective franchises. I mean, I think Tomlin's been there almost 20 years. Harbaugh had been there for 14 years. And you just had to think that the moment that if the fact is true that either the loser of that game was getting fired, well, 10 other coaches got fired too. Those guys were going to be unemployed for like a month, right? Like either of those two guys are going to be the top or one of the top candidates for any of the other jobs that are open.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the craziest one was today, Mike McDaniel got fired. When they vehemently said they weren't going to fire him, they let him coach the rest of the season and rather made him let this guy go to Cancun for a couple weeks.
Started 1-6. Actually played better down the stretch. You should have just fired him when you were 1-6. You could have just...
When you fired the GM and they said,
right.
No, we're sticking by him. He's our guy. And just let this guy go down to the Bahamas or something. Like, let him go on a little vacation if you're just going to fire him.
Weird. Super weird. Well, where do you want to start here? Should we go through some of our futures bets and see how they did, or should we get it right into the playoff lines? What do we think? Did you have any good futures that you want to brag about? We don't have to go through every single one of them.
Yeah. I mean, of course, I'll brag about my wins.
I mean, I was proud about Commanders under 9.5. I thought we absolutely nailed that one. We were super wrong about the Bears. That's probably the one we were the most wrong about. I had the under on the Ravens. That hit. So I thought that was a pretty good one. I had the under on the Bengals, and that hit. I had the over on the Broncos, 9.5. That hit. We were wrong about the Lions, certainly. We were wrong about the Packers. Packers, because of the tie, costs us because we had the over on the Pack at 9.5.
They should. I mean, how is that half win not a tie?
Totally.
How's that not push?
Probably the funniest one is the Colts because we had the under. Or I think you actually had the over on the Colts.
We both had the under.
We both had the under. Then we thought that it was completely the worst bet we had made because we thought the Colts were the best team in the NFL. And the Colts started 8-1. To blow the under off to 7.5 and didn't win again. We almost hit it, even though we lost it in week 9. Amazing. We were really wrong about the Jags, certainly. They're one of the surging teams. I had the under on the Chiefs, I think. And now, did you have the under too? I think you did.
Well, let me double check here.
But that hit.
Yep.
I can't really brag about it because mid-season I didn't think it was never going to happen, but I had the over on the Vikings 8.5, and that somehow ends up hitting. How about the Vikings finishing third? That was one of your best bets. You had Vikings third in the NFC North. Who would have thought that the fourth place team would be the Lions? We thought it was going to be the Bears. But that
was probably my best bet, my best future as far as like random, high odds. But yeah, I mean, Coulter, mine is hanging my hat on that. I thought the Seahawks were going to win the NFC West.
Yeah, I had that one too.
And that came to fruition.
Yeah, I had that one too. I also, the other one that was a good one was the Patriots. I was very bullish on the Patriots during the preseason, and they ended up having the second best record in the NFC. Well, football time probably presented by Sportsbet Montana. Well, the playoff lines are out. We'll have a couple of special playoff parlays for you. Just go to Sportsbet Montana's website to find kiosks all across the great state of Montana. Also get the Sportsbet Montana app in your life as well. Sportsbet Montana proud to present all football all the time, each and every week. What is more surprising? The Broncos being the 1 seed in the AFC, the Seahawks being the 1 seed in the NFC, the Bears being the 2 seed in the NFC, or the Patriots being the 2 seed in the AFC?
Oh, what a great question. It's got to be both 2 seeds. And then
I don't think the Patriots is that surprising.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, good coach, good quarterback. I think
it was all about how good did you believe Drake May could be, but I just
there's no way you thought he was going to be the NFL MVP.
There's no way I thought he would be as good as he is. I thought if he was just pretty good though, like because I still don't think Bo Nix is that good. He's adequately good though when you pair him with a good coach, a good defense, a good offensive line, a good organizational stability. And I thought that would be the same case for the Patriots. It just happened to be that Drake May was better than even anybody could have expected him. He's one of the best players in the NFL this year.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think that he took a bigger jump than maybe Caleb Williams has, who Caleb Williams, I would say, has more settled into what we thought he was.
Yeah.
Drake May's actually improved his ceiling into a whole nother stratosphere. I think when I watch Caleb Williams, I say, a guy that I wasn't high on, a guy that obviously had a ton of arm talent. When I watch him, the last 4 weeks of the season, I say, this is the guy that I thought he was.
Yeah.
When I watch Drake May, we're watching something that I can't even compare him to anybody.
Sure, right.
I mean, Josh Allen would be maybe his only call.
It's a pretty good comp.
I like his decision-making ability more.
He's a better decision-making, smaller, and dare I say, more athletic, Josh Allen?
Yeah, but like smaller in what way? 6'4", 220 instead of 240?
I mean, Josh Allen's like 6'5", 250, but yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. They're both plenty big guys. Drake May can use his legs, he can improvise. It's got to be both the 2 seeds, as I thought the Seahawks were going to win their division, which puts them right in the chance for a 1 seed. I thought that the Broncos were going to win that division, which puts them right in the driver's seat for a 1 seed.
Yep.
And I thought both of those other 2 teams are going to go under 8.5 wins.
Yeah.
So I personally, from my perspective, would have to be the 2 seeds there.
The NFL Coach of the Year, I think, comes down to 2 candidates, and I think that it shows you how much a coach can make a difference in the scope of a season early on, and to young quarterbacks as well. I think the 2 leading candidates are Liam Cohen in Jacksonville, leading the Jags to a 13-4 record and an outright division title, or Ben Johnson in Chicago, leading the Bears to an 11-6 record and an outright division title in what was considered maybe the toughest division in the sport coming in. Which one of those 2 guys would you vote for Coach of the Year?
This is the first moment in this entire season. What will be 18 weeks in? This is week 19. This is the first moment that I'll admit that Liam Cohen is the NFL head coach of the year.
I mean, they had like the second best record in the NFL. 3 teams tied with 14 wins. That's Denver, Seattle, and New England. And certainly, all 3 of those coaches could have Coach of the Year traction as well. Mike Vrabel, particularly, because the Patriots were one of the worst teams in the NFL last year. I mean, the Patriots had what amounts to what? How many games did they win last year? 4. So they had a 10-game improvement over a year ago. That's pretty impressive. The Seahawks were a middle-of-the-road team last year, and they had a brand-new quarterback in Sam Darnold, and they won what was the toughest division in the sport this year. And Denver, I think people expected to be good, and they were great this year, but that's a 4-win improvement. All 3 of those guys certainly were revelations, but Jacksonville, the only 13-win team in the NFL, fourth best record overall behind those 3 14-win teams, and certainly one of the surprises of the entire NFL. I mean, they haven't lost in months. They're on an 8-game winning streak coming into the playoffs.
And guess who they added in the offseason? Nobody,
right.
The Bears had Joe Thuney, Jonah Jackson, Drew Dahlman, all in the offensive line, and didn't have the best graded offensive line in the league. Yep. Imagine that. You had 3 starting offensive linemen.
I mean, and Thuney's an all-pro during his prime. He's probably past his prime now.
Add Grady Jarrett to that defensive line.
Right.
My notes from the preseason we did this, Coulter, the Jaguars, it says De'Ami Brown. That's it. That's all it says to the roster additions.
Unreal.
Liam Cohen's got to be that guy.
He's got to be that guy for sure. And, the way that the Ben Johnson was able to manage games late and the amount of close wins the Bears had certainly boosts them up. But also they are not even close to surging into the playoffs. They've lost a couple in a row down the stretch, yet they still somehow figured out a way to get the 2 seed. Whereas Jacksonville, again, they're red hot. I mean, they've won 8 in a row coming into the playoffs. And, but that ended up being a pretty tough division. We thought it was going to be a cupcake division. It ended up being a tough division.
Good division.
And they won it outright. So I agree with you. I think it's Liam Cohen.
Ben Johnson didn't unlock Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams just kind of came into his own.
Sure.
The play calling is great. The run game is great.
Sure.
Is it helping Caleb Williams? Of course it is.
Sure.
Liam Cohen unlocked Trevor Lawrence.
Yes.
No one's been able to do so.
Yep.
Period. This is his 5th or maybe even 6th season in this 5th season in the NFL. With no results and losing records almost across the board. They might have had 1 winning season in those 5 years. And man, oh man, he unlocked Trevor Lawrence to look like the number 1 recruit in the country, the first overall draft pick in the NFL draft,
Yeah, fifth season.
Widely considered one of the greatest quarterback prospects of not only his generation, of all time. I mean, he's in the top 10, no question. He might even be in the top 5. As far as when you talk about a high school kid who's going to be the number 1 draft pick in the NFL, and then 4 years later is, and then goes through this whole process, Liam Cohen deserves a lot of credit for that.
Trevor Lawrence in his career, 3-14 as a rookie, 9-8 eked into the playoffs in his second year in 22.
Yep.
8-8 in year 3, 2-8 in a year where he missed 7 games, because of injury, and then he jumps all the way up to 13-4. He was just 6 yards shy of throwing for a career high in yardage, but he did throw a career high in touchdowns with 29 touchdowns. Rushed for a career high 359 yards. Also got sacked a career high number of times. That's an interesting statistic. But either way, not to take anything away from the run that the Jags have been on. Do you think Drake May is the MVP? Do you think Matt Stafford lost the MVP race in the last month of the year?
It's hard to say, but I do. I do think that Drake May is the NFL MVP. I think that Stafford has better offensive coaching, better offensive weapons by a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, his receivers are insane. Stephon Diggs' resurgence campaign is awesome and everything.
Sure.
It's not the best receiver in the league in Puka Nacua.
Right.
Puka Nacua went for 1,717.
Yeah, right. Nacua's insane, and Devontae Adams, when he's healthy, is great.
Devontae went for 814.
Yeah.
He's Drake May has Keyshawn Booty. I mean, like, let's get real.
I mean, Stephon Diggs is a
good player.
That's coaching. Stephon Diggs is the type of guy that has been wilding out so hard off the field that it would just make total sense if he just faded into oblivion and was never heard from again, and nobody wanted to take a chance on him. But the Patriots do. That's the thing is, I get it. The Patriots were the Death Star. They were the big, bad, evil empire for so long. The only things that went awry was Bill Belichick became senile and started chasing 25-year-olds and made his way down to Chapel Hill.
24-year-olds.
And Robert Kraft, still the owner, and Tom Brady and Bill Belichick get divorced. They hang on with Bill Belichick too long. They should have went the other way, or maybe they should have just let them part ways both ways. But you just knew once they turned the page from that the organizational stability, like it's the great Armin Katea book, The Dynasty, and Jeff Benedict, they co-authored it, all about what made that dynasty. Like, they have been doing this with the Rob Gronkowskis and Aaron Hernandez's and Randy Mosses of the world, where they are malcontents or miscreants or whatever, and they put them in the Patriot way, and these guys somehow figure it out, and that's Stephon Diggs in a nutshell, and Vrabel is just an extension of that. That's why I was so confident that the Patriots were going to be good. Even though I hate him, I know it's easy to hate him. Although I don't hate him nearly as much with Vrabel as I do with Bill Belichick.
Oh, yeah, no, not at all. And the thing with Bill Belichick that was his downfall was that he became the GM, and his drafts are just historically bad for a 4 or 5 year
They were so good and then so bad at the end. Exactly.
Absolutely. The organizational stability is a real thing, but also you got to hit on a couple guys. You also got to get a coach. So when we talk about in the NFL, I'm going to bet on coaches at all times. Like, when I watch the Chargers, I think that Jim Harbaugh is a good coach. I watch the Chargers at times, and I'm like, man, this team sucks. And then I'm like, this team is tough. They're willing to just, march in step, run the football, do the things you need to do to win. And at times when they look terrible, I just trust the coaching. Even though I don't even know what I think of Jim Harbaugh as a person or whatever. I just think he's a top 10 coach, and I think that puts them in the playoffs. And all behold it, what are they now, 12-6 or 12-5 in a playoff team? I think coaching in the NFL matters more than any other sport you can possibly imagine.
And ownership does too. It's like you always say. What's Robert Kraft's job? He owns football. He owns the New England Patriots. He made money in business with the dream of owning the Patriots to be his main business. The guys that own Silicon Valley and then buy the Warriors so they can have some fun on the weekends or whatever, it's just a different deal than the guy that owns the team, and that's what he does for a living, is to breathe his lifeblood into the organization. All football time, probably presented by Sportsbet Montana. Okay, which last big picture question for you? I might have one more after this, but last big picture question for you. Which of these teams that missed the playoffs is the biggest disappointment? Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to leave Cincinnati off of there because Cincinnati, it's very easy to define why they missed the playoffs. Their franchise quarterback was out for half the year. So leave Cincinnati out there. But Baltimore, Indianapolis, particularly given their start, the Chiefs, those three let's just do AFC and NFC. So out of those three, which is the most disappointing?
I mean, I think that you left out the Bengals, but I think it's the Bengals.
Just because of the offensive firepower or what?
I mean, if you have Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Chase Brown, like I think that team is a top 3 offensive team in the league.
Right.
So outside of it, just with those 3 teams, to play into the question, you'd have to say it's probably the Baltimore Ravens.
Is Shane Steichen on the hot seat?
No.
Because Indy's had a couple straight seasons that were not up to snuff, and this meltdown was not great. They lost 7 in a row.
I mean, they had Phillip Rivers was their quarterback. Come on.
Yeah, right. But isn't that, well, you're right. It's not the coach's fault that Daniel Jones got hurt.
They went 8-1. You don't fire anyone that goes 8-1 in the NFL.
True.
Period. I mean, he gets another year. Is his seat hot? It's plenty warm, yes. But it's got to be the Ravens, because at some point, I talk about this with North Dakota State all the time. I talk about this with the Golden State Warriors. At some point, the Chiefs were going to fall down to earth. And can they build it back up and have a 2.0 Patrick Mahomes dynasty run? Absolutely. But when you go all in for 5 or 6 straight years, at some point you'll have a down year.
Right.
It's just inevitable. So that was coming. So I'm not necessarily surprised. I mean, the Chiefs is the easy answer here. But right now, Lamar Jackson should be, in theory, trajecting upwards. It should be that he is about to hit his prime and peak.
Yeah.
Maybe that's already past him. Maybe that hamstring will always be pulled in week 6. Maybe that is just the Lamar Jackson way. Maybe that they've lost a little bit of their identity on defense, which at times was okay later in the year, but in the middle of the year was terrible. So, I mean, I think the Ravens were in the argument for the 1 seed in the AFC and missed the playoffs.
Football Time, probably presented by Sportsbet Montana. Okay, how about in the NFC? Who was the most disappointing team that was projected as a playoff team, missed the playoffs? That your options are Dallas, Washington, who won 12 games a year ago, Minnesota, Detroit, Tampa Bay, and Atlanta. Of course, all 6 of those couldn't have possibly made the playoffs, because certain of the teams that did make the playoffs, 2 were also projected as playoff teams, like the Rams, the 49ers, the Eagles. But all those teams had over-under win totals of at least 9.5. So Dallas, Washington, Minnesota.
Explainable.
Minnesota's explainable?
Absolutely, man. They drafted a terrible quarterback and started him.
And then they somehow won 5 straight down the stretch.
Keep going. Tampa Bay, explainable. Baker's hurt.
Everybody on Tampa Bay was hurt.
Atlanta, explainable. I mean, just a disaster. Dumpster fire. Michael Penix tears his ACL for the 6th time.
Yeah.
Only unexplainable there is the Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions, and maybe it is explainable because of the coordinator transition, but certainly...
That's fine. They have plenty of
guys. The Lions have no excuse.
Too talented to not make the playoffs.
They're too talented to be a 9-win team. There's no question about it.
They just got to squeak out 1 extra win. You just can't lose. Did they lose to the Vikings twice?
It's the Lions, yes. And it's the Lions.
Come on.
It's the Lions and the Cowboys.
That's fine. The Cowboys are explainable. The Cowboys suck.
But the Cowboys shouldn't suck. Like,
why?
Well, if your argument is that Cincinnati's got Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase, the Cowboys got Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb
and George Pickens.
I mean, I'm taking George Pickens over T. Higgins.
That's fine. Good luck.
CeeDee Lamb, not as good as Jamar Chase.
Not in the same stratosphere.
Dak Prescott's not as good as Joe Burrow.
Javonte Williams, not as close to Chase Brown. Not as good of an offensive line.
Better on defense.
Oh, man. In what way? The Cowboys gave up 30 points a game this year, bro.
So
First
true.
time since 1965.
So true.
30 points a game.
Is that real?
They gave up 30 points a game.
First time since 1965. That's amazing.
They are explainable, and everyone's explainable. The Lions beat the Vikings twice. They have 11 wins, and they're in the playoffs. They're, in fact, like the 5 seed. So, I mean, the Lions, it's unexplainable as far as they just have so much momentum going. You can't have this kind of team, even if their defense is a little shaky at times.
Bengals almost gave up 30 a game, 29.8 points per game for the
Cowboys
Bengals.
gave up 30 a game, man. The Lions, you could say Brian Branch tore his Achilles. Kirby Joseph, one of the best safety duos in the league right there, tore his ACLs. You can talk about injuries with everybody, right? But when you have the firepower on offense, you have the running game, you have the ability, a little bit of institutional momentum, you got to say it's the Lions. The Cowboys haven't been good in how long, man? I mean,
30 years.
Well, yeah, they went 12-5, and 11. Cowboy fans are screaming at the radio right now.
They haven't. Well, I mean, scream all you want, man. You haven't been. You haven't been. Here's a trivia question for you: who's the only team in the National Football League to not? There's 2 teams. There's one in the AFC, one in the NFC, to not make the conference championship game one time in the last 30 years.
The Cowboys,
Dallas Cowboys, and the Cleveland Browns.
Wow,
That's it.
They're in the same category.
And the Browns disappeared. They didn't exist for a couple of years in the late 90s, and then they had to restart the franchise. So they have a little bit more of a foundational issue than maybe the team that won, 5 Super Bowls in the span of 20 years, including 3 in the span of 4 years coming into this year. What do you think? Last question for you. There's after Mike McDaniel's firing this morning, there's 8 head coaching jobs that are open. Miami, Arizona, Cleveland, Atlanta, Tennessee, the Giants, the Raiders, and the Ravens. What's the best job available that's open right now?
Man. Well, you got to think that those first 4 are kind of just bottom dwellers, right?
I mean, maybe let's start here. What's the worst job that's open right now? The list I'm looking at online has it ranked, and they say the Raiders is the second best job that's open. I think the Raiders is the worst job.
The Raiders,
because as long as it's owned by Mark Davis, it doesn't matter if Tom Brady's pulling strings or whatever. The Raiders are the most out-to-sea team that there is. They have no home field anything. You're going to be playing in front of neutral at best crowds in Vegas all day long. And they just have terrible personnel decision-making.
The reason that they say that for the Raiders is the same reason that the Titans is likely high, because they both have over $100 million in cap space, which is a completely different job.
Totally.
I don't know exactly where the Ravens sit as far as cap space goes, but when you look at that list, there's only one.
Ravens have $28.1 million in cap space. That's about middle of the league. 17.
There's only one franchise quarterback that has an open job.
It's Baltimore.
That's Baltimore.
Yeah.
Everyone else, those are Miami, Tua's out. Arizona, Kyler's out. Cleveland doesn't have a quarterback. Tennessee has a rookie. The Giants have a rookie. Vegas has nobody. I mean, there's only one job with the quarterback.
It's going to be so funny and so typical NFL when a guy like Kevin Stefanski gets fired in Cleveland and gets Baltimore.
Yeah, right.
Upgrades.
My favorite is
Jim Harbaugh's going to end up in Vegas, and Kevin Stefanski's going to end up in Cleveland, or in Baltimore. We're all going to be like, how did that happen?
My favorite is that, I mean, there's been a couple little bit of changes here and there, but my favorite is that all 8 of those head coaches will be coordinators, and 8 coordinators will be head coaches.
Dude, right?
And they just trade seats.
Totally.
It's hilarious.
Totally. And there might be a couple of the head coaches that might just go get other head coaching jobs. Like Jonathan Gannon had it all fall apart on him in Arizona.
He'll be a DC.
And if he got a head coaching job, though, it wouldn't surprise me.
No, he'll be a DC.
Because I thought Arizona, like Gannon is the least of Arizona's problems. Their problems centered upon their organizational unrest, their bad personnel, their Kyler Murray. I mean, I was trying to not use an expletive about the adjective I was going to use to describe Kyler. But
John Harbaugh's the only guaranteed to be head coach on that list.
Yeah, I think that's right. Where should Harbaugh go? Like, what's his best fit? New York? Giants? With Jackson Dart?
Yeah, I mean, it's up there.
What about him in Atlanta?
I would not take the Atlanta job.
Atlanta's messed up because, like, Atlanta has all these great skill guys, but you got Kirk Cousins eating your money away, and you got Penix coming off of his 10 millionth injury. I mean, Miami has got to be a bad job. I mean, Harbaugh doesn't want to end up in Tennessee, right? If you're Harbaugh, you don't want Vegas. I mean, I think the only jobs you would want are probably not Atlanta. You want, man, I think you only want New York, right? I don't think, if you're John Harbaugh, you don't want Vegas. You don't want Tennessee. Although Tennessee does have $95 million in cap space.
Maybe you retire. I wouldn't want any of these jobs. 0.
You definitely don't want Cleveland. You definitely, I mean, Arizona? Could John Harbaugh do it in Arizona?
With who?
I don't know.
Jacoby Brissett?
Yeah, they have
James Conner.
They got the number 3 overall
corpse of James Conner.
Yeah.
So I like this idea of, like,
not Miami, right?
Can Vegas really take Fernando Mendoza?
Man, what if Vegas hires Mike McDaniel? Wouldn't that just be so Vegas?
Can they really take Fernando Mendoza? Has he got the personality to survive in Vegas?
Man, I don't know.
Why don't you just trade that pick to Arizona?
Why don't you just make Tom Brady your head coach?
Why don't you just have Arizona? Dude, he's in the booth lighting it up.
He's going to just straight up be meddling in everything that you do anyways.
Or think that Arizona tries to go up and get the number 1 pick and take Mendoza. I think he'd fit there.
Okay.
You can't put you can't put that kind of personality, which I don't know enough about Mendoza, just watching him the last, 5 weeks.
He's the kid from Indiana that won the Heisman, right?
Yeah.
Or that should have won the Heisman?
Yeah, he's kind of dorky. He's kind of like I don't know how to describe him other than he's not Jackson Dart, okay? He's not eating crayons.
Oh, he did win the Heisman Trophy, sorry.
Yeah, he won the Heisman and smashed his head through walls. He's a Cal kid. He's an educated kid. He's a dorky kid. I think he fits in Arizona where it's a little bit of a smaller market. Not a huge market, but a smaller franchise impact.
Sure.
You can't put him in Las Vegas and be successful. I mean, no one's going to be successful there, but if I was them, I would go out and get Mac Jones, or I would get a stopgap guy. I would not try to say you're going to fix your franchise next year when there's no quarterbacks in the draft.
Right.
If the Oregon kid comes out, maybe consider it. But by all accounts, that
Oregon kid is the next C.J. Stroud, but better.
I love him.
I love him.
Dante Moore is that his name?
Dante Moore.
But by all accounts, I've heard that his camp is saying that if Vegas is number one, he's staying in college.
Why wouldn't he? He's going to get paid more than he's going to get paid.
But why would you go? You can't go to Vegas,
right?
You can't go there. So go get a stopgap and wait till there's a full blown number one pick, and then you'll be right there again if you're Vegas.
Miami's the same way, right? Miami's the same. You got to stay away.
Well, at least you have the no taxes in Florida.
Sure.
You're living in Miami, where it's great weather and a great lifestyle.
Sure.
And the franchise it's been there. Vegas doesn't have any roots. There's Dolphins fans.
The Dolphins have made the playoffs 3 times in the last 25 years.
But who are Raiders fans these days?
No, that's right.
The real Raiders fans aren't fans of
dude, there's nothing stupider because there is so many passionate Raiders fans that all live in California.
Right.
It's just so stupid that they moved. You could have just Oakland or LA, you have great fan bases, and instead you're just toiling in Vegas. I went to a Raiders-Chargers game 2 years ago, and it is insane how many Chargers fans were there. Insane. It was just as loud when the Raiders had the ball as when the Chargers had the ball. It was a totally bizarre experience.
And they got to get rid of Max Crosby because he'll demand a trade if they don't.
When he got hurt, right? He had surgery.
They have fake surgery, but they have to demand a trade. You have to get him out of there. And then, so now the number one pick is worth even less for the player who goes there. So these are some really bad jobs. If I had to rank them, obviously the Giants is going to be up there. It's Baltimore. It's New York. It's probably either Tennessee or Arizona, and then probably Atlanta. I'd say Miami and Vegas are the two worst. And the reason I say Tennessee is just that cap room. And Vegas has cap room space too, but they're just not set up for it, where Tennessee could go get 2 or 3 really big free agents and maybe have a chance to go 500. I just don't see how Vegas fixes it. And Miami is kind of in a similar boat. I don't see how Miami really fixes it either. So not surprising that the jobs that are open are awful franchises and awful roster makeups.
Awful ball time. Brooks Nuanez will do a guess the lines on the NFL playoff games on the other side. Don't change that dial. Keep it right here. Probably presented by Sportsbet Montana. Nuanez Now. Back right after this.
Get ready. The Montana Cup is taking over Steed Arena. 4 of Montana's best college hockey teams, 1 champion. It starts Thursday, January 8th. Montana versus Providence, 7 p.m. Friday night, it's Montana State and Montana Tech, also at 7. Then Saturday night, the winners collide for the Montana Cup Championship, 7 p.m. Every game, 1 rink, all general admission. Fast ice, big hits, statewide bragging rights. Get your tickets now at 406tix.com. The Montana Cup. This is Montana hockey.
Did you know that if you have dense breasts, or any breast for that matter, a screening mammogram or ultrasound can miss up to half of breast cancers? At Montana Imaging Center of Missoula, we now offer screening breast MRI, the best way to find cancer early. Tell your doctor you'd like to have a referral sent to Montana Imaging Center, where you'll save up to 90% on breast MRIs. Fridays at Montana Imaging Center, join us for Breast Fridays Ever. It's a relaxing non-hospital screening experience with chocolates, champagne, and sometimes an emotional support puppy running around. Visit montanaimaging.com for more info.
Canby Tap House is well known around the Garden City for its peerless selection of draft beers. Breakfast at Canby is also worth a sterling reputation. From breakfast burritos to chicken fried steak to delicious daily specials, Canby Tap House has excellent breakfast for your weekend brunch appetite. Canby also has a full coffee bar offering bold and delicious espresso and other specialty coffee drinks. Canby Tap House is family friendly and conveniently located on Higgins, across from South Campus Stadium and Dorn Blazer Field. Come enjoy the best breakfast in town at Canby Tap House.
Life gets messy, and you might need a helping hand. Black Mountain Junk Removal to the rescue. From junk removal to demolition with an emphasis on the environment, Black Mountain Junk Removal can assist you with all your cleanup and moving needs and leave you with a tidy home, business, or rental property. Black Mountain Junk Removal is a division of Black Mountain Lawn and Landscape. Call 406-529-0793 and go in the new year junk-free. Black Mountain Junk Removal.
This is Ben Lodge, branch manager at Stockman Bank. As a true Montana bank, we understand the importance of local relationships and the trust that comes from serving our neighbors. Whether you're looking for a loan, growing your savings, or simply managing everyday finances, we're here with personalized service and local decision making. At Stockman, you'll work with people who live and work right here in Western Montana. Stop by today and experience banking the Montana way. Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Bills you can't pay, out of work because of injuries, worried about how to provide for your family. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, you're likely feeling these feelings. Whether it was a car, truck, motorcycle, cycling, or pedestrian accident, or even a slip and fall, the injury attorneys at The Advocates can help. The Advocates can help get medical bills referred, help recover lost wages, and fight for the compensation you deserve. You didn't deserve to be in an accident, but you do deserve an advocate. Chat 24/7 at montanaadvocates.com.
ESPN Missoula Sports Center.
The Montana and Montana State women's basketball teams make their Big Sky Conference home debuts tonight. Hello, I am Colter Nuanez. The Lady Grizz have had a rocky start to Nate Harris's first season at the helm. Montana has a 3-10 record, including just 2 Division I victories and none at home. UM's only home win came against Division II Seattle Pacific in its home opener a few months ago. The other 2 wins came at North Dakota and at Tarleton State. Lady Grizz host an Idaho team that is off to a 10-4 start under second-year head coach Arthur Marrera. That mark includes an 87-85 win to open the season against Washington State and a 69-63 win over Eastern Washington to open league play last weekend. Montana was swept by Northern Arizona and Northern Colorado to start Big Sky play. The Montana State women are off to a 9-4 start that includes wins at UNC and NAU last weekend. Sophomore Taylor Chirick leads the charge by averaging 18.1 points and 7.1 rebounds per game. She also leads the Big Sky with 50 steals. The Bobcats play Eastern Washington, a team that had non-conference wins over Nevada and Washington State, bringing their record to 7-7 as they make their way to Bozeman. The Montana and Montana State men's basketball teams will look to capitalize on their 2-0 respective starts in Big Sky play. The Montana men are in Moscow to take on an Idaho team off to an 8-5 start that includes an 84-81 win over Eastern Washington, while Montana State is in Cheney to take on an Eagles team that is just 2-12. For full reactions to these games, tune into Nuanez Now at 4 p.m. on Friday on 102.9 ESPN Radio.
It's Nuanez Now on 102.9 ESPN Missoula. Watch the show statewide on SWX Montana Television.
Welcome back, 102.9 ESPN Radio. You're listening to Nuanez Now, coming to you live from the Grizzly Disposal Studio. Grizzly Disposal, locally owned, veteran-owned, the only Bears that should be in your garbage. There's some fun stuff going on tonight. We told you about this earlier in the show, but if you'd like to go tonight, there's a homegrown comedy show at DraftWorks. At $20 for a ticket that includes a drink as well as the comedy show itself. But if you'd like to go, text us, 406-888-1029. We're doling out a few of these, so keep the text coming in, 406-888-1029. And we'll also include a DraftWorks gift card. So basically, you're going to win a $45 prize here, a $20 ticket to tonight's comedy show at DraftWorks, as well as a $25 gift card to DraftWorks. So keep those texts coming in, 406-888-1029. 6 different comedians performing this evening as part of the homegrown comedy at DraftWorks. It starts at 8:30, but certainly you can go hang out beforehand, have yourself some of the most well-crafted beers you'll find anywhere in Montana, and enjoy yourself a night of laughs. What's your favorite DraftWorks beer?
Oh gosh, man. I mean, I'm a Ruka fan through and through.
My Ruka is a delicious pale ale for sure.
You know, and I've always been a Scepter fan. I mean,
Scepter Head is really good. Pineapple Express is probably mine.
Yeah, no doubt. And listen, guys, if you want to go to this comedy show, and it's tonight, you don't have to swing by here and grab tickets. We'll put your name on the list.
We just put your name on the list, right?
So just text it.
Boom. Yeah. So that's the deal. 406-888-1029. That's 1029. Appreciate DraftWorks Thursdays presented by DraftWorks each Thursday, and tonight with a little comedy flavor. All right, talking all things NFL football all the time. Probably presented by Sportsbet Montana. There is, count them up, 6 playoff games coming up. 6 playoff games coming up. 2 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, and 1 on Monday. The Saturday games: Los Angeles at Carolina. That's a 2:30 kick. The night game is Green Bay at Chicago. That's 6 p.m. Then Sunday, normal slot times: 11 a.m. for Buffalo at Jacksonville, 2:30 p.m. for San Francisco at Philadelphia, and 6 p.m. for Los Angeles. That's the Chargers against the Patriots in New England. And then on Monday, you got Houston at Pittsburgh. So let's play a little guess the lines. Let's just go from top to bottom. What do you say?
I mean, that's totally fine with me, Colter. You got to tell me, though, real quickly.
Yeah.
Has there ever been this much parity in the NFL?
I was saying this yesterday on the show. I was given the schedule as part of our partnership with the Desperado, just to tell people like when the games are at, but I did not look at the spreads. But I said yesterday that I would guess that at least 4 of the 6 road teams are favorites, and I think that the other 2 games are probably pick'ems.
It's insane.
I mean, I think that the only team, I think that New England at home against the Chargers is going to be favored by just a normal amount of points, and I think that Philadelphia at home against the Niners is going to be favored by a normal amount of points. Other than that, I think these are either coin flip games, or I think that the road team is going to be favored. And I mean, it's certainly, it's so much parity, right? I mean, it brings to question, do you redo the way the playoffs are, right? Like, because the Rams are on the road against Carolina. Carolina won 8 games. The Rams won 12 games. That it seems disparate. It seems like that it should be the other way around, but it is what it is. Buffalo didn't win their division, so they got to go on the road. They're playing at a Jacksonville team that's not as good as they are, but they won more games, so maybe they are. I don't know. So, I mean, let's just get into it. Rams at Carolina. Man, Carolina's stinky cheese, man. I mean, they're all right. Good job by them for winning their division, but they went 8-9 this year.
I think that Dave Canales should be 3rd or 4th in the coach of the year.
It's Liam Cohen, Ben Johnson, and then probably Mike Vrabel and Dave Canales.
No, you got to put Dave Canales up there.
For sure.
Those other guys are coaching good rosters.
Totally, and he navigated it with Bryce Young, and then Bryce Young got hurt, and he was starting the Red Rocket, Andy Dalton, for a little while.
Come on. Chuba Hubbard got hurt a lot. They got Rico Dowdle going. I mean, it's been pretty impressive.
Rams are one of the best teams in the NFL. It's crazy that they're on the road in the first round of the playoffs. The Rams are, man, more than a touchdown favorite. I'm saying 8.5 point favorites for the Rams.
I went higher, and I went 12.5, and it's 10.5.
Wow.
So right down the middle. By 12.5, when I typed it, I was like, that's dumb. It's the playoffs. But still, 10.5 with the extra little hook there. So 46.5 point over-under. I don't know how I feel about this game, because guess what, Colter? Last time LA Rams traveled here about 6 weeks ago, they lost.
It was one of the big regular season losses we had.
The Panthers beat the Eagles, the Rams, the good teams in the NFL. The Panthers have handled business. Even the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Can they handle the moment in the playoffs?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But that line is kind of high.
It is,
especially if you tease it up to 14.5.
Well, that's the thing, is that that's what the book's trying to do. Is they're trying to get money on both sides of this thing, right?
14.5. Those, I mean, in the playoffs, I don't know, man. But I think that the Rams are one of 4 teams that could win the whole thing.
Right.
So that's kind of where I'm at.
Who are the other 3 that you think could win the whole thing?
In the NFC, I think it's the Rams. And then it's like, I'm really kind of torn. I think it's probably...
I mean, Seattle has to be the number 1
It's got to be
seed.
Seattle. Right? Well, yeah, I'm just saying that, can Seattle beat the Rams 3,
right,
or 2 times,
sure,
whatever. Rams and Seattle, and then the AFC, I think it's Buffalo and Denver.
Buffalo and Denver, yeah. Eagles probably are the 5th.
Nah, get out of here. No, the Patriots are the 5th, but I just don't think that the Patriots are ready, and I don't think the Eagles are good enough.
Green Bay at Chicago. They had pick them, but I think that the book's going to lean towards Green Bay. I'm going to say
hilarious.
Green Bay by. If we had non-half point spreads in Montana, I'd say it's Green Bay by 2, but that's not what it is. So it's either Green Bay by 1.5 or 2.5.
Yep, I guessed Chicago by 1.5, and it is Green Bay 1.5. And I just can't. The second that I finally believe in the Bears, they've been dogs for 4 straight weeks, and I'm like, am I wrong? Like, I thought that they shouldn't have been favored ever, and now I'm like, okay, I'm on the Bears. Everyone else is like, nope, no Bears. It's like, okay, I can't figure it out with Chicago. I don't know, man. I like Chicago in this spot.
Man. Green Bay's just too busted up, or what?
No, the Green Bay's great on defense. Do you believe in Jordan Love?
Well, I believe in Jordan Love when he's got everybody. When Jordan Love doesn't have Christian Watson, when Jordan Love doesn't have Tucker Kraft, when Jordan Love doesn't have... I'm asking
you right now, as it stands, you believe in... You think that Caleb Williams, that running game is...
I like Jordan Love better than Caleb Williams, but that's just because I have a severe bias.
With the running game.
Yeah.
Best offensive line in the league.
DeAndre Swift is nice.
2-3 good running backs. You think that's better than that Jordan Love and Josh Jacobs are better than that? I just don't
think Green Bay also has not a lot of momentum going their way.
That's what I'm saying.
They faded. Yeah. The last time they played this game, it was a back and forth, and then it all collapsed on them. Parsons got hurt, and the Bears pulled away late.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. That's going to be a great game. I mean, I think those teams, Green Bay should not be evenly matched with Chicago with where they're at as franchises, but they are because of a variety of different circumstances. So,
Calder, tell me how many times the Bears and the Packers have played in the playoffs.
Oh man, not a ton because they're in the same division, or maybe it is a ton. I don't know. What's the answer?
Twice.
Wow.
Haven't played the playoffs in 60 years.
Huh.
Moving on to Sunday, Buffalo at Jacksonville. What a game.
Buffalo is 3.5-point favorites with the hook in Jacksonville.
I guess 2.5. It is Pick'em leaning towards Jacksonville.
Wow.
51.5-point over.
So is the Bills plus on the money line?
The Bills are
minus
even,
102 on the money line. So even. Wow.
Yep.
Holy cow.
I mean, what a tough loss if you go down there and get just sacked by the Jags.
That would be one of the most anticlimactic endings to a preseason Super Bowl favorite ever.
How are the Jags going to lose this game?
Well, Josh Allen.
Yeah. James Cook.
Yeah, the Jags are going to lose this game because here's how the game is going to play out. It's going to be like every Bills game for the last 10 weeks. The Bills are going to be down 24-7, and then Josh Allen's going to start going crazy Houdini, throwing behind-the-back passes and going completely nuts. And he's going to bail out everybody, and it'll turn into a back-and-forth shootout. Josh Allen will get the ball last, and they'll win like 38-35 or 34-27 or something like that.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, again, 51.5-point over-under.
You like the over?
Well, it's just the highest of the week.
You got to have the over because just the way that the possessions are going to be so much because the Bills are just going to figure out a way to ride the roller coaster because for whatever reason, Josh Allen can't, like there's guys that people accuse of being game managers. Josh Allen can't manage the game. He's got to ride the roller coaster until he comes out and then, oh my God, we're down by 17 points. Oh, let's go full send. And then he just goes gunslinger crazy and he comes back. And
that's pretty true.
It's a crazy experience. To be a diehard Bills fan would be a heart attack. It would be crazy to have to endure that every
for like
weekend.
50 years. And I keep saying,
it used to just be heartbreak. Now it's just like
heart attack. And no one I don't think people love my James Cook being the best running back in the league take. Guess who won the crown this year? Guess who's got the most rushing yards in the league?
How could he not be the best
James
running back? Who are the other candidates?
Oh, Christian McCaffrey?
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, you could find
because Derrick Henry took a step back. Jonathan Taylor, is there.
There's dudes. This is a great running back.
Saquon took a step back this year. Derrick Henry took a step back this year.
Yeah.
Bijan Robinson is up there for sure.
I'm still taking James Cook.
All right. San Francisco at Philly. Oh man, the book hates.
This is the best matchup for both teams.
Right. Totally.
The best draw the Niners could get is to play the Eagles. Yeah, because the Niners have the worst defense in the playoffs.
Right.
We'll play the worst offense.
Yeah, sure.
And then same with the Eagles.
Niners have one of the best offenses in the league.
You got a great defense. It's a great matchup.
Yeah, it's true. Philly is 4.5-point favorites at home.
I guess 3.5. It's 5.5.
Wow. See, I thought that 3.5. I actually thought it was 3.5, but said 4.5 just because of the Philadelphia thing, how hard it is to go there, and just because they are totally cool with just going 13-9 and just playing battle royale, just let it rain with the defense, do nothing on offense.
But the Niners are going to score, 17, 20 points at the very minimum.
Yeah, maybe.
But don't you know what I'm saying? Like if the Niners have to go to the Rams, to the Seahawks, to the Bears or to the Packers, they're in they're tough spot to try to stop any of those teams.
Yeah.
I mean, the Eagles don't have a great offense. It's, in fact, not only mundane, it's poor.
Yeah.
And the Niners they're playing fairly well.
Could the Niners win that game?
Yeah, I think they absolutely
What do you think of the Niners money line?
I absolutely think they can win. I absolutely think they can win that game. I just don't see how Philly has any belief in themselves, let alone like beating a team that's in the playoffs right now.
Well, football time, probably presented by Sportsbet Montana. Get the Sportsbet Montana app in your life. That's what I got over here. I'm tracking it. I just got the money lines up. I'm not looking at the spreads just to do some early picks so that we can give you a money line parlay. The app is sweet. If you make your bets, then you can just click on Bet Slip, click on the QR code, screenshot it, and boom, you can just put it right underneath the betting kiosks. Makes it fast. You don't have to wait in line forever. And get your bets in before NFL Saturday playoffs begin. You got until 2:30 on Saturday to get your wagers in. Chargers at Patriots. New England's 2.5-point favorites at home. This is a pick 'em basically, and they're giving the Pats just home field.
That's what I said too. 2.5. It's actually 3.5 with the hook. 46.5 point over under, which is kind of high for two teams that are so good on defense.
Sure.
This is probably.
Do you believe in the Chargers to do anything here?
It's going to be hard. This is probably the only game. I mean, maybe Carolina, but still Carolina's feisty enough. They've beat the Rams. I don't think Carolina's winning that game. But as far as the rest of the slate, I think any team could win. The Chargers are going to have an uphill battle here.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the Patriots, their ability to run the football, their ability to play good defense, the home field advantage. It'll probably be cold. Justin Herbert's hands all beat up. I mean, it's probably the toughest of the matchups. Even though San Francisco's a bigger dog, I still think that the Chargers probably have more uphill battle in this game.
Monday Night Football, Houston at Pittsburgh. This
is an awesome game.
Houston is.
No, it really is. I don't like Pittsburgh at all, but Pittsburgh is so crafty in this spot right here.
Houston is 3.5-point favorites.
I guess 2.5. It's 3.5 on the head. Lowest over-under of the wild card weekend with 38.5 points. Two defenses. Even though the Steelers have not been great on defense, you got.
I mean, it's honestly a good matchup for the Steelers because
it's an okay matchup.
It's okay because Houston's just not that good on offense.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I love Houston.
I do too.
I really like Houston in this spot.
I think
Dylan Cook's an awesome story.
For University of Montana alum that's playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers, starting for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Start at left tackle.
Butte, stand up. Good luck, Dylan Cook.
Good luck, Dylan Cook.
You got Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson coming your way.
Oh, buddy.
Baptism by fire.
Go earn that contract, young blood.
All right, here's what I want to do. I want to do 2 moneyline parlays. I want to do a 3-parter with our 3 best picks.
Holy cow.
And then I want to do
the playoffs, the wild card, a 3-parter.
I want to do a 6-parter. I want to pick every game. Put it 1 parlay just for fun. This is one we're not going to hit. But if we do, we might. And why not? I mean, we can go 6 for 6 on winners. Why not? And then we're going to do one that's a 3-parter that's the more of where we lean. Or do you want to do a 4-part? What do you think?
We got to stick with 3. Okay, it's the playoffs, man.
So, for the 3-parter, we're throwing out the Rams-Carolina game because it just junks up the odds. But, okay, so let's just go through it for the 6-parter.
6-parter.
We'll do the 6-parter, and then we'll just eliminate 3 from it, right?
Rams
in the top. Green Bay or Chicago?
I lean Chicago. But
I lean Chicago, too, just at home, and it's a plus odds. It's plus 108 on the money line.
Yep.
Bills, Jags.
Bills are my Super Bowl pick.
Bills.
Yeah, Bills.
49ers, Eagles.
Oh, man.
You could juice it to the maximum by going with the 49ers, but I don't know.
I don't know either.
I bet against the Eagles a lot this year, and it didn't work out that well for me.
I agree, but Eagles.
Eagles. Patriots and Chargers, Patriots. Texans, Steelers, Texans. Okay, so if that's where we're leaning, we basically are picking 5 favorites and 1 dog. The dog is the home dog and the Chicago Bears.
And Buffalo, I guess, it's still even or
it's
flipped a little bit?
It's minus 102, but they're both minus 102.
Okay.
That's plus 1794. So 19 to 1 odds.
Let's go.
So that's for a $100 bet. You are going to win $1,893.
Okay, well, I already won $1,893, I guess.
Okay, so then to pare it down to 3, then we agree. Let's get rid of the Rams, Carolina, because that's minus 600 almost.
Oh wow!
On the money line. So get that out of there. I think we get rid of the Philadelphia 49ers game.
Yeah.
Because it's a big swing. It's the hardest game to pick.
Let's go New England and Houston, and then find a
So New England for sure, Houston for sure. So then you're basically going Bills, Jags, or Bears, Packers. I would be inclined to throw Bears, Packers out of it and ride with the Bills.
I'm down.
Okay, so you throw that out. And
watch the Jags win the Super Bowl.
That's a nice 3-part parlay though. That's plus 419 on the money line.
Beautiful.
So that's about 5-1 odds. $100 bet's going to win you $518. So that's pretty good.
So we're sitting up like 2,400 right now.
Let's go. Football all the time. Probably presented by Sportsbet Montana. Anything else to add before we get you out of here?
No, man, this has been it's a crazy season. It's one of the more crazy seasons I can remember. This is why the NFL is beautiful, is that it has parity naturally. It does not force parity. This is just this is the way the sport works.
Very good. Brooks Nuanez, Coulter Nuanez, all football all the time, probably presented by Sportsbet Montana. We'll be right back here on Nuanez Now to take you home. Keep those texts coming in for free beers, free comedy tickets, 406-888-1029. More on Nuanez Now right after this. I have to say thanks to our friends at the Advocates before we get out. If you've been in an accident that wasn't your fault, you deserve an advocate. Call 640-4444 or visit online, chat with a representative at any time, MontanaAdvocates.com. Montana Advocates reminding you that you deserve an advocate. Back right after this.
Fundraising is not always a popular word. Then you throw in some parents who don't really know how to do it, and it can become stressful. Vertical Raise can implement hands-on with any high school sports team to help maximize your fundraising efforts. Peter Hamill is an expert in making the process easy and ensuring your team gets the biggest check possible, so your season can go smoothly. Vertical Raise can help provide opportunities for family and friends of your kids to support them from afar. Not everyone can come watch a game, but plenty can contribute to a great cause. To find out how Vertical Raise can help your organization raise money, visit verticalraise.com.
Blue Ribbon Audio and Accessories has one of the best showrooms in the Northwest, with everything from mobile audio and video to the most rugged truck accessories. The pros at Blue Ribbon install LED lighting, remote starts, seat heaters, and backup cameras, and the best truck toppers, including ARE, Lear Ranch, and modular stainless RSI smart caps, with many models available overnight. We're also your HQ for spray-on mil-spec bed liners with a lifetime warranty. Blue Ribbon Audio and Accessories, where your ride is our pride.
All Nations Health Center is proud to share that they have officially purchased the Women's Club in Missoula. This marks a significant moment in All Nations' story and history, giving the organization a permanent home and a place where they can continue to grow, care for their relatives, and deepen their commitment to community health and healing. Owning this space means stability, strength, and the opportunity to better serve patients in the Western Montana community in a way that reflects the values and mission of All Nations. For more information on everything All Nations has to offer, follow All Nations on social media or visit allnations.health.
Brr, it's cold in here. There must be an iceberg in my heater. No worries. Liberty Electric is here to warm up your household. Since 1979, the professionals at Liberty Electric have been helping residents and businesses stay warm through the winter with efficiency and affordability. Warm body, happy wallet. Liberty Electric can help you today. Call 406-541-WIRE. That's 406-541-9473.
You know all that gunk that gets stuck on the bottom of your car? It's nice that the city of Missoula de-ices the roads for us, but that stuff can really hurt your paint job and erode the undercarriage of your rig. That's why it's important to keep your car clean all winter long at Dazzler's Car Wash. Get yourself an unlimited membership at Dazzler's Car Wash. For just $37 a month, you can get your car washed every single day. Treat your car like it deserves to be treated at Dazzler's Car Wash of Missoula, located at 2610 Radio Way in the Garden City. Red's Bar is a beloved institution in downtown Missoula. Whether you want to watch a game, enjoy a cold beer, spend time with friendly faces, or simply wind down, the welcoming atmosphere and wonderful staff at Red's will make you feel right at home. Red's features 14 HD TVs and 2 full-service bars. Stop by and grab a beer with friends while you watch your favorite team play and check out the extensive collection of awesome sports memorabilia. Red's Bar in downtown Missoula, the friendliest sports bar in town.
Is Nuanez Now on 102.9 ESPN Radio Missoula.
We're up against it like always, but here we are. Appreciate you for tuning in. If you're missing the show, you can always find it on the podcast, which is available on all your various podcast hosting platforms. If you're interested in tuning into Grizz hockey this evening, we'll have it live for you on the ESPN MT app. The Montana Cup going on. We'll have some more Montana Cup coverage coming up for you tomorrow as well. So just be sure to download that ESPN MT app. Great way to follow along to Grizz hockey, Grizz lacrosse, and here on Nuanez Now. Also, if you're keeping it here on the radio, we're diving right into the Fiesta Bowl, which is the semifinal of the college football playoff. Ole Miss versus Miami. We're about 5 minutes in, and it is scoreless so far. The Canes are the 10 seed, but they are a 3.5-point favorite, whereas Ole Miss, the 6 seed, they're 13-1. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Carol, the Chick Doesn't Know Sports, makes her illustrious return, as does Rod James Seabrook, and whatever else we can get to, we'll fill in the blanks. Plenty of basketball coverage tomorrow as well. See you at 4 p.m. Thanks for tuning in. Nuanez Now, ESPN Radio.
Canby Tap House is well known around the Garden City for its peerless selection of draft beers. Breakfast at Canby is also worth a sterling reputation. From breakfast burritos to chicken fried steak to delicious daily specials, Canby Tap House has excellent breakfast for your weekend brunch appetite. Canby also has a full coffee bar offering bold and delicious espresso and other specialty coffee drinks. Canby Tap House is family friendly and conveniently located on Higgins, across from South Campus Stadium and Dorn Blazer Field. Come enjoy the best breakfast in town at Canby Tap House.
Did you know that if you have dense breasts, or any breast for that matter, a screening mammogram or ultrasound can miss up to half of breast cancers? At Montana Imaging Center of Missoula, we now offer screening breast MRI, the best way to find cancer early. Tell your doctor you'd like to have a referral sent to Montana Imaging Center, where you'll save up to 90% on breast MRIs. Fridays at Montana Imaging Center, join us for Breast Fridays Ever. It's a relaxing, non-hospital screening experience with chocolates, champagne, and sometimes an emotional support puppy running around. Visit montanaimaging.com for more info.
If you or a loved one were injured in an accident that was not your fault and you're trying to sort through the legal process on your own, call the Advocates. The injury attorneys at the Advocates will take over the frustration with the insurance companies, help defer medical bills, and work to recover lost wages while you rest and recover from your injuries. You don't need to worry about paying because the Advocates will never charge you a dime out of pocket. Chat with one of our experienced attorneys today at 406-640-4444 or chat 24/7 at montanaadvocates.com. You deserve an advocate.
It's cold outside, but the deals are hot at Bob Ward's. Gear up with 20% off skis, boots, and bindings. $20 Spider Pro sleds and Dragon goggles for $19.99. Don't miss season ski and snowboard rentals done fast. In and out, no stress. Beat the cold with $19.99 Reebok jackets, $10 wool blend base layers, and 20% off winter jackets and boots. Plus store-wide savings on hunting gear, golfing equipment, camping essentials, and so much more. Shop deals and discounts in every department. Only at Bob Ward's. Sports and Outdoors, Montana.